You know, I want to leave you with this thought as we read about the accounts of Banu Israel. Rasulullah ﷺ in several hadith reminded us that this history is actually a study of our own current and our own future. You know, the history of the Israelites, حَدِّثُوا عَنْ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيل وَلَا حَرَجٍ. Talk about the Israelites. Speak on their behalf. Speak from their sources. There's no harm. That's what the Prophet said. عليه الصلاة والسلام. حَدِّثُوا عَنْ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيل وَلَا حَرَجٍ. Why? لا يأتين على أمتي ما أتى على بني إسرائيل حسب النعل بالنعل. The same things will happen to you, to my ummah that came upon Bani Israel like a shoe compared to another shoe. Our destinies are intertwined, our histories are intertwined. Their corruptions will become our corruptions. Their diseases are not historical, they are current events. As we study this, please understand, we're not just studying history, we're studying current events. We're studying the state of the ummah. That's actually the approach with which we're supposed to study this text. To study the account of the Israelites. Because it's not an accident that after Allah is going to be done with the account of the Israelites, the next half of the surah is going to be Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Your turn. Now I'll talk to you directly. Now that you know what mistakes to avoid from the past, now let's deal with how you're going to fix your future. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us conscious of this idea and this mentality. Please understand, the Quran is not condemning the Jewish people as a race. Yes, there is actually in the Quran that they, as a nation, will go through trials. But when Allah condemns a nation, that doesn't mean He condemns individuals. A nation's fate and an individual's fate are two different things. They as people, if your neighbor is Jewish, your friend is Jewish, your coworker is Jewish, your fellow college students are Jewish or whatever, the ayah is not talking about that person. Them as a nation, Allah Azza wa Jal dictated their fate in certain things in the course of history. When we get to those, we'll see when that happened and how that happened. It happened actually ala lisani Dawood. It was actually Dawood alayhi salam who lost his temper with them. And that's when he cursed them, he made a dua against them. When a prophet makes dua against you, it's going to hit. You know? That's not even something someone like Allah did, their own messenger did it. Alayhi salam. Right? But that still doesn't condemn them as individuals. That's still not about the people you don't read these ayat and say, I have a friend, he's just like this. No. Actually, you know who's closer to this? That's the scary part. They used to play, for example, think about it, just leave it. One of the worst crimes they did in the Quran, they used to play with the Sabbath. They were told, don't do business on the Sabbath. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with Yom Sabt. What were we given instead? We're not given the Sabbath. What are we given? Jumu'ah. And people mess with Jumu'ah or no? For business reasons. They'll show up like, in accounting they call it LIFO, right? Last in, first out. Right? Like, Salah is 1:45, Iqamah must be 2:10, I'll get there 2:13. Right before the Salam. Got it. Clear. What happened to Fas'a'u ila dhikr? It was playing with the law. Just playing with the law of Allah. Not leaving the store, not leaving the business. Circumventing this beautiful injunction that Allah Azza wa Jal gave us, that keeps up the spirit of the ummah, this prayer. This is what we do. They did it with the Sabbath, we do it with Jumu'ah. And they were asked for 24 hours, we're asked for 45 minutes. That's all we're asked for. Not even that. We can't even uphold that, subhanAllah. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us a people of tawbah, and make us realize that this is not a condemnation of them, but rather a condemnation of all those who exhibit this kind of behavior. Allahumma la taj'alna minhum. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim, wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikr al-Hakim.